Colony Wars 2060, a near-modern warfare setting with mecha, power armor, and spider tanks. Here's the Sabado-Slavian Union by Fed Networking, and the Rabid Rabbits by Formimson. Before I do some videos about the lore for this setting, I thought I would cover some of my recent artwork for it that is based on other talented people on DeviantArt doing fan lore for Colony Wars. The Zabado-Slavian Union are a rebel organization based on the old military alliances between Poland, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, and Hungary. As Russia would conquer and claim these territories as colonies, the Zab Rebellion would be the local thorn in the side of mechanized forces of the Russian Federation. I will link the full lore done by Fed Networking in the description. It fits well within the 2060 setting, as well as the finished art piece I did for the 3 common mechs the Zab uses. The mech in the middle is a winged hussar. It is based off of the dirt mech. Just imagine a dirt bike, but a mech version of that. It has 2 bolted-on AK-47 rifles, and the pilot carries around satchel charges for a little bit of oomph to their attacks. Its double-jointed legs are uniquely designed to improve its speed, although it does make it a little bit taller and easier to hit. The mech on the left, the Crusader, was based off of the Ukrainian resistance mech, the Bear Hunter. It has a 35mm anti-material mech rifle and a combat knife. On the left is the Gendrich. I believe that's how it's pronounced. The mech uses haptic feedback arm controls. These controls allow the pilot to better maneuver the arms where they want them to be. That pairs well with the climbing hooks on the feet and arms. Helps improve the mech's ability to traverse rugged terrain. For the shotgun, I decided to go with the design of a Benelli. Mech shotguns in 2060 usually fire flechette or grenade rounds. The Rabid Rabbits are a mercenary group operating in the Eastern European theater. Their benefactors are unknown, but their origins have been recorded as a type of Florida Man story, with their leader, Raymond Bittman, bedding 2 Russian POWs, getting arrested, but escaping with some military mechs and going on to become the notorious Rabid Rabbits mercs. I will link the full lore done by Formimson in the description, as well as the art piece I did for the group. I had fun designing the characters for the Rabid Rabbits. Raymond had to have a mullet. I don't know, I think Florida Man and I think mullet. For the 2 Russian POWs that are now his partners, I decided to go for a more sporty looking girl on the right. Red clothes kind of really help sell this, firecracker type of personality she would have. On the left, the other Russian girl, I decided to go for a little bit thicker, with 2 C's. Those thighs. She's a little bit more concerned with her appearance. So, she has a little bit more fashionable clothes and wears makeup. And has a tan. And for Raymond, I really wanted to get the idea that this is a guy who's just high on life. The guy likes what he does, even though he's probably smashed most of the time. In their lore, Raymond uses a Theodore MTM. a main tactical mech, in the middle there. It says that his Theodore is a little bit faster than other ones of its kind, so I decided to come with a little bit of lore that its legs are actually come from a Japanese mech. They're double jointed and they give it a little bit more speed than normal, although they're probably more finicky and harder to repair. Luckily, they have lucrative benefactors that are willing to spend the cash. A 30mm chain gun is the main armament of the Fyodor. It is the M230, same gun used on the Apache. It has armor-piercing rounds that fragment on target, so they kind of do a little bit of explosive damage and a little bit of penetration at the same time. I decided to give the gun itself a return ammo hopper, so that when it is ejecting casings, it's going into an ammo hopper to be saved for later. The two Russian girls use Russian Scout tactical mechs, the Putin 3. The girl in red uses the mech on the right. It's very much a scout mech. It uses those jump legs, the things on its sides. They're pretty much advanced hydraulics that help propel it forward. Also, she uses two 50 caliber submachine guns with some extra optics and sensors, including a quad rotor drone. She can scout targets for the others to attack. The tanned Russian girl uses the Putin on the left. It has a little bit more armor and it comes with these two multi-RPG launchers. Gives it a very good meaty anti-armor hit. It also has a 20mm rifle. With the topic being fan work, and even potentially fan art for the Colony Wars 2060 setting, I would explain my outlook on it. Colony Wars 2060 is more of a setting that stories take place in instead of a story with a background setting. My focus has been on world building. Slowly over time, I will do stories set in 2060, but I prefer to have a fleshed out setting for these stories to take place in first. Colony Wars 2060 also will be a setting me and my brother will design RPG and war game supplements slowly over time for. This will be a setting for anyone to play around in. Anyone is welcome to mold the setting to their own entertainment. An RPG group wants to use it for a unique world to set a zombie apocalypse in. Maybe a wargame group uses the 3D models or paper standees we are developing for it to enact future battles on the tabletop. If you're looking for a near-modern war setting with mechs, then Colony Wars 2060 is for you. Just like how I enjoyed creating my own armies and their lore when I played Warhammer 40k, I want the same for anyone who gets into Colony Wars 2060. When Fed Networking and 4Memeson made groups and organizations in the setting, I was inspired to draw art for them. While 2060 isn't galaxy expansive as 40k, it still takes place in our world, with the complex global politics and various familiar and exotic environments. It still is a great playground for any to create a story with the unique elements of 2060. The Zab Rebels and the Rabbit Mercs can easily exist within 2060. Now, I want to be clear with expectations. If you make fan lore or fan art for the 2060 setting, there is no guarantee I will draw art for it. The two art pieces I did here were for the first two fan works I received for it. But if by some miracle and my setting becomes widely popular and hundreds of people are doing fan works, I doubt I would have the time to entertain anyone with an idea and still get to my own projects. I really do love to see the dedication, but I'm just human. Just thought I should be clear about that. I really do appreciate the effort of my fans. If you have any questions about this setting, I will try to answer to the best of my abilities. If you like this video, please leave a comment. I love comments and questions. The interaction sustains me. Our reply in the comments is Jerem C. Swenson, as that's my personal YouTube account and the easiest way for me to reply. Want to keep up to date with what we are doing for the various projects we are working on and the latest news? Then check out realmechaslove.com. If you feel like supporting my work, check out my Subscribestar to be a backer. If you just want to do a one-time donation, then check out my Ko-fi. Links are on the main page of my channel. This has been Armil, Real Mech is Love. Have a good one.